Ladies and gentlemen,
at Cox, your internet and mobile price won't change for 5 years.
ladies and gentlemen, we have our final segment for today, and this is all about Consul General. 37 years as a Consul General, the great Ray Donato of Atlanta, Georgia. My congratulations to my uncle, who is now considered the #1 public servant in that part of the world. Atlanta, Georgia, which is in the southern portion of the United States of America. He has served 37 years with no pay, ladies and gentlemen. No pay. 37 years. And he was able to do so much that you cannot believe what he did. In fact, it is all over right now as one of the front pages at the Manila Bulletin, one of the most respected newspapers all over Asia. Manila Bulletin is still the #1 newspaper in the Philippines. Why? Because Manila Bulletin existed decades and decades ago, and there has not been an incident in the century-long, if I may say, history of this great newspaper where they came out with half-baked innuendos, not to mention the very prevalent, very disastrous problem we have in the world of journalism, which is fake news. So to Consul General Ray Donato, my congratulations. Forgive me for having this stammering posture because we had a very long meeting, ended up at 3 o'clock in the morning, rushing so many things because of what's happening with companies like Johnson & Johnson, Unilever, and the list goes on. They are truly wanting to destroy these companies. But because of our program, it will never happen. So going back to my dearest uncle, Ray Donato, I cannot forget your warm hospitality. The first time I was able to fly in the United States, July 1989. And we went to a club called Petrus. And oh my God, I hope that club is still existing. You know, I travel all over the world and I make sure that I go to the best dancing clubs, bar clubs in the world. And in my strongest opinion, Petrus was the best. I'd like to also say this, that if Ray Donato, Consul General Ray Donato, was made ambassador by then President Fidel Ramos, I can almost guarantee you we do not have any more of these problems of traffic in the Philippines. What happened was there was a certain bloc that destroyed Ray Donato, destroyed his being able to be promoted as ambassador. And there are 2 persons that did that. And I'd rather not tell it on the air because I might get shot out there. You know how it is in America, and especially in the Philippines. If you are not careful with your words, you will get shot, murdered in cold blood. And in my history in the Philippines, I got shot several times, so I better make sure I do not get shot again, you know? Because right now in the United States, the way they kill you here is they kill you through food and beverage poisoning. Food and beverage poisoning. How does that work? They go approach a waiter, give him a few $1,000s to make sure you poison the food. And that happened with me when I was in Oklahoma City. I would rather not mention you the names of these restaurants, but my lawyers and I are making sure that the filing of charges will be done effective immediately. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you are listening at the Prosperity Channel is because of so many things. It can be in terms of health, prosperity, more money, and the list goes on. But we will never ever lie to you, just like the Chinese. Okay? And if there is one thing Ray Donato was able to give to the Philippines, it is this. Ray Donato gave so much money to the Philippines, so much intellectual properties. Napakaraming tao ang tinulungan ni Ray Donato, libo-libo. At kung pinagpala sana siya maging ambassador ni Fidel Ramos, mas marami pa sana siyang natulungan. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I can tell you. If Ray Donato was not blocked by these two elements in the Philippines, Ray Donato could have solved traffic, could have solved the never-ending problem on water. And the most important thing is this. Ray Donato would have defined the Filipino professional in equal standards with any white guy, with any Japanese, with any Indian, with any Western European in the world. But what happened? What he was blocked. Literally, he was killed. And even his own great brother was murdered. I am referring to brother Rafael Rafi Rafe Donato. And so our family really had a lot of tragedies all these years, despite creating De La Salle, recreating Ateneo, okay, recreating Japan. And we could have made the Philippines at least an industrialized nation by now. As Uncle Ray would say, he was raised in a very, very strict Roman Catholic standard. But because of these strict standards, the product is very clear. And to Uncle Ray, I will make sure that you will be part of my book, because the book will describe what the Filipinos have done for America, have done for Japan, have done for Italy, have done for the whole world. But it is sad to say, Uncle Ray, that after all these years, you were never recognized as an ambassador of this great nation we call ang Republika ng Pilipinas. And everybody in your circle, as you know, is now saying, sayang. Sayang na sayang. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end this particular program by congratulating Consul General Raul Ray Donato for contributing 37 years of major economic, social, and other intangible contributions to the name of the Filipino professional at large. And to all the people that blocked Ray Donato to become ambassador, at least, because he could have been, I would say, a very good chief consultant on all government foreign operations. But it never happened because of these two blocks. This is what I can tell you. Your days are numbered. In fact, you know you're crumbling right now. You are slowly melting. And ultimately, the only way out of this explosion of devaluation of your formerly good names is to the least publicly apologize to Raul Ray Donato of Atlanta, Georgia. Good night. Please hit me and subscribe. This is Gavin Bautista, your host at the Prosperity Channel.